Welcome to Volume 5 of the Leicester City video magazine, and a story with a familiar ending. For the second successive season, City were destined for Wembley and a day of frustration. But once again, Brian Little's heroes had done themselves proud, reaching the playoffs in convincing fashion. The playoff semi-finals paired City with Portsmouth, and City upset the odds in a thrilling two-legged contest. The stage was set for a Wembley return for the men from Filbert Street, and although it wasn't the right outcome, City played their part in a classic contest. We pick up the story at Upton Park, where it all went wrong for City after a promising start.
Breaker with the free kick for West Ham. Thompson getting it forward to Walsh. Oh, Dix hammering the ball at Walsh and took it in his stride, didn't worry in the least. And Joachim getting past Dix there. Gets it back again from Walsh. This is Julian Joachim now. Lowe playing it wide. Mills can't quite keep it in play. A throw to West Ham.
Saw a little incident there where Julian Dix went flying in to have a kick the tackle sort of thing with I think it was Joachim, and then had a little flash at Walsh. I mean, that number of disciplinary points, he's got to be particularly careful.
Here's Gary Mills. Jerry Coatsworth. Oh, hits it straight at Breaker. Breaker hits it long towards Keane. Bale's header going straight to Oldfield, goes through the challenge of Bishop. Now can Lowe pick this up? No, Dix is there for West Ham. Speedy coming for this one, Smith getting there first. Robson picking it up, challenged there by Joachim, gets it away nicely. Oldfield back to Joachim again. Forward now for Walsh. Oldfield with a shot, charged it straight against Tony Gale. Robson now for West Ham. Keane has come across to this side also. Played it in towards Morley, couldn't pick it up. Oh, Coatsworth unaware that Keane was there. Robson, chance for West Ham here. For Speedy, it must be! And he scored for West Ham! There'll be a broad smile on David Speedy's face, because he's missed one or two chances since he came here, but they tore Leicester apart there, Robson in particular, after a mistake in the defence of Leicester City.
Well, that was a brilliant goal. Some great play by the two wide midfield players, first Keane and then Robson, and there you would have guessed he was going to have a shot, you know, and it's great vision, great vision. He spotted Speedy completely unmarked. It was Seed again. You have a little look here. He's in a good position here. A lot of people would have had a shot here, Robson, having taken the guy on. And then he just looks up, rolls it into his run, and Speedy, what a nice one to open his account with. But a superb goal, superb football, that.
Portsmouth, that wonderful run. They've won 8 and drawn 1 in their last 9. They're in second place, and indeed, if West Ham win today, unless they win, I think it's something like 5 goals, they will stay in third. Quick free kick. Walsh is there. Great save by McCloskey. He's right to remonstrate with the defence. They left him cruelly exposed there. And Walsh showed really a good goal scorer's touch there. Got on the end of that free kick. A little toe poke and an excellent save by McCloskey. Brian Little, the Leicester City manager. They all waited, and Butler in fact got there first. Joachim. Lad from Boston in Lincolnshire. Two lightweights there having a real crack at each other, and Robson comes away with it, but Joachim's not finished yet. It's a West Ham ball. Up to Walsh. Came off Walsh's knee that time. Gale with time to get it back quite comfortably to McCloskey. Walsh offside, referee acknowledging it. Good piece of refereeing. Can Speedy get there first? He can! It's another one for David Speedy!
West Ham fans delighted with that, and nobody more delighted than this little man. Nothing much had gone right for him since he came here, and suddenly this afternoon in this
Crucial match. 2 goals. A ball flicked through again by Kevin Keane. Might just have been a question of an offside about it, but Speedy's finishing was absolutely crucial. Here's Robson for West Ham. Speedy very alert up ahead of him. Keane is in there as well. It's another goal. Kevin Keane. A blistering shot there from the little number 11.
Well, absolutely nothing can go wrong for Kevin Keane today. I mean, some bright little play again, once again by Robson. A good little movement there by Keane. Now when a player's having his moments, look at the ugly dip that's got on the goalkeeper for. Good movement, good ball. He's hit it early. He's hit it well, actually. I thought he hit it too early.
An anticlimax then for City after an encouraging start in a match shown live on television.
6 minutes to go to half-time. Can this Leicester pressure pay off? Thompson sweeps it in. Oh, just gets it away in time. Agnew's in there. Still there. Agnew, yes! Steve Agnew has done it. The cross comes in from Thompson. It was only half cleared. One or two players had a go at it, but it was Agnew forced wide to his left, that hit it with his left foot across Keller and buried it in the bottom left-hand corner. 5 minutes to go to half-time. Leicester City 1, Millwall 0. And Leicester will have a free kick. And what a difference a goal makes. Confidence, not that it's been lacking a great deal, but suddenly comes flooding back. And the crowd, who have made such a difference the latter part of this season in getting Leicester to where they are right behind their side now. So Philpott with Thompson. It'll be Philpott to take it. Sweeps it in. Header comes in! Oh, a brilliant save from Keller. Superb header from Mike Whitlow. Bottom left-hand corner, and Keller got across. Millwall forward over the halfway line. Bad ball, picked up by Agnew. To Walsh. Blows across, does well. The linesman is flagging on the far side, and the referee's given a penalty. Well, the Millwall players, in fact, asking the referee to go across and have a word with the linesman. It certainly appeared as if David Lowe had been pulled down outside the box and fell inside. The referee is waving players away while he speaks to the linesman. There was no doubt it was a free kick. Whether it was inside or outside, and the referee, to his credit, at least went over and spoke to the linesman. So Leicester have a free kick. Thompson and Philpott are standing over the ball. Smith and Walsh and Lowe are waiting. Steve Agnew, a lonesome figure. Thompson will hit it, does, takes a deflection! The goalkeeper completely stranded. Thompson hammered it in. It took a deflection off the wall. Thompson gets credit for the goal. And Leicester, who felt they were denied a penalty, come out of it okay, with Steve Thompson's 10th goal of the season. Well played by Thompson. Agnew comes boring in. Oh, and it's all getting a bit frantic down there. And Agnew is absolutely incensed. Gets pulled away by the Millwall players. And it's all getting very nasty down there. Alan Evans and John Gregory, the Leicester coaches, coming in to sort it out. Now, what will the referee make of all that? And Steve Agnew is down, injured at the moment. Well, that was very nasty indeed, or it could have been extremely nasty. The fists were flying. And now the senior players going around just to try and quieten things down. Meanwhile, the referee standing there quite impassively. Now, the interesting thing here is that if the referee was going to book Agnew for that melee, he's already had a yellow card. So if Agnew gets booked again, he could be sent off, which means that Leicester would be down to 10 men. Agnew gets the red card. For a second bookable offence. In fact, the referee has only spoken to Maguire. So if the scoreline remains the same for the next 10 minutes, Leicester will have 71 points from 41 games, with a game in hand over Swindon and West Ham. And of course they go to Swindon on Saturday for yet another crucial game. Ball finds its way through to David Lowe. Thompson goes on the run. Lowe ignores him. Inside to Oldfield. The shot comes in. Oh, what a superb goal from David Oldfield. And that surely is that. David Lowe picked up the ball halfway inside the Millwall half. Steve Thompson went on a run. Lowe ignored him. Found Oldfield, brought it under control. And from about 15 yards out, hit it across Keller into the bottom right-hand corner.
10 goals this season for you now. Did you set yourself a target pre-season?
I always set myself double figures. Try and get in double figures from midfield. Don't think you're doing too bad there. It's the first time I've hit it for a bit, so I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, hopefully I can get a few more by the end of the season and get up there with the top scorers.
All games are important from now on in, but another one on Saturday at Swindon.
Yeah, they're a good footballing team. You know, they knock it about great. They prove what they can do coming back against Birmingham. So you know, they're a good footballing team, but we don't worry too much about the other team. As long as we start playing well and get our right together, there's not many teams that can beat us. And like I say, West Ham was a little bit of a hiccup. One or two of us had an off day, which we can't afford to really do. But, we're not too worried about who we play.
So confidence still sky high?
It's sky high, yeah, but we're not. You know, we're under no illusions that it's going to be hard. You know, the higher up that we get, and obviously we're going for this second promotion spot. But if not, we'll settle for the playoffs, and I'm sure we're good enough.
In comes the cross, headed away there by Sean Taylor. Leicester City still in possession. That's a nice ball by Richard Smith. Out to the right, good cross coming in too. Walsh is there, oh, and he scored! 21 minutes gone. And big Steve Walsh picks his spot. Beautifully powered in there, giving goalkeeper Fraser Digby no chance at all. Summerby knocking that one in. This is Sean Taylor's turned well, and he's just got the touch. 1-1, 71 minutes gone. If this invaluable point was a tribute to resolute defence, it was the attack which was to shine against Southend United.
Whitlow. Thompson. Oldfield just trying to set Philpott going, but not succeeding. And again, a fairly aimless ball. Philpott might just get there. He won't, but Spencer Pryor, in letting that ball run, just then ran straight into Lee Philpott. And I think Keith Hackett was absolutely right in awarding Leicester an indirect free kick. Pryor didn't like it, but Thompson's across to take it. Sweeps it in, the header! It's blocked on the line. It's still there, shot, it's in! Joachim has scored! And Leicester, after 3 minutes, get the ideal start. Julian Joachim gets goal number 11. 2.5 minutes gone. Leicester 1, Southend 0. Hill hammers it forward. Walsh picks up the loose ball. Thompson to Philpott. Does well, but Anash comes back to help out Spencer Pryor. Philpott with a throw. Taking it too far. No, he hasn't. He gets the cross in, and Steve Walsh, oh, it's in! It's an own goal, I think, by Andy Edwards. Walsh got the header in, Sampson made the save, and then Andy Edwards, in attempting to clear it, had it bounce off his right leg past a stranded goalkeeper, Paul Sampson, and Leicester lead by 2-0, somewhat fortuitously, but nevertheless they lead by 2-0, and that should settle a few nerves. Walsh, Thompson, oh, through to Joachim, he's got the pace, and it's number 3. Oh, that was beautiful. And Southend United are in absolute tatters. Walsh found Thompson, a lovely ball to Joachim. He outpaced 2 defenders, and as Sampson came off his line, cool as you like, Julian Joachim gets his 2nd goal of the night, Leicester's 3rd, and that surely has secured the points for Leicester City. 57 minutes gone, Leicester 3, Southend 0. Good turn. This boy's got so much natural talent. Oh, a lovely ball in, but Angel couldn't quite control it. Hill comes away, up to Walsh, back with Philpott. Collymore set free, shot comes in, tremendous save from Paul, and it's in. Joel Walsh has done it. The long throw from Tony James, and if the points weren't already in the bag, Steve Walsh makes absolutely sure. Goal number 14 in the 2nd minute of injury time.
Three games to go, 1 more at home, 2 away. How do you see the run-in now?
Well, all we want to do is win another game. If we do that, then we're in the playoff situation. To get any higher than that, we would have to have other teams lose games. Our aim has to be to win another game, and if we do that, then we'll be obviously very pleased with that. if we get anything over and above that, then it is a massive bonus to us at the moment. It's no good plotting and planning who you want to play in a playoff situation. One or two people already today have been suggesting to me, look at the point situation, who you might want to play in the playoffs. That isn't the issue. If you get to the playoffs, whoever you play, your players will be motivated. Whatever results went on in the past, they will go out the window. So I, for one, am just aiming to get there. If we get there, fine.
Now, you get to the playoffs, and the home game, in fact, is going to be at the City Ground in Nottingham, because, of course, they're starting work on the new stand here. What difference do you think that will make?
To be honest, I've never played at Foresters ground, so it'll be a new experience for me. I wouldn't have thought it'd make too much difference. I believe the pitch is a good pitch there, so we'll just carry on as what we're doing at Filbert Street.
After the disappointment of last season, although you weren't involved, losing out in the final, how determined are you to go all the way this year?
Obviously, I was on the other end of Leicester's winning the playoffs. Obviously, it's going to make all the players determined not to let that happen again, and get up where we belong.
So the teams come out for this big derby game between Peterborough United and Leicester City. Peterborough up in the big time again. Good work there by Cooper. Cooper always working his way through. He's got a spare man too in the shape of Bradshaw. Good cross coming in. The first shot was muffed, but the second one was put in. Tony Philliskirk, the scorer. And it's 1-0 to Peterborough United. Joachim, beautiful burst of pace there from Joachim. Chance here for Leicester City to equalise. Good block though by Bennett. This is Walsh. Hooks it back again, can't get the ball in. Wants a penalty, but the referee won't give truck with that. Headed on to Worrell Sterling. Sterling's left-footed cross in there. Oh, and that one's crept in past Kevin Poole. And Peterborough United lead Leicester City by 2-0. The scorer, Adcock. Leicester desperate to get back into this game now. Joachim making the running again. Beautiful shot from him. Good save by Bennett. And another chance goes begging for Leicester City. Bennett, the hero of the hour there for Peterborough. Sterling again causing problems with his pace through the middle. This is Bradshaw. Not a bad cross from Bradshaw, and he's unmarked at the back post. Epton the scorer. 3-0 to Peterborough United.
Philpott, long ball forward. Hazelwood can't control it, Walsh does. Tries to find Joachim, but it takes a nasty deflection. But Leicester come again with Mills. And Hazelwood has to give away a corner. 25 minutes gone in the first half, and the first corner of the afternoon. Philpott across to take it. Whitlow's gone up on the goal line. Lowe's there. Walsh begins his run. Cross comes in. Oh, how on earth did that stay out? It was Richard Smith coming in at the far post. Everyone missed it. 6 yards out. Smith stabbed it. It hit Welsh, rolled along the line behind for another corner. And Leicester just getting a little bit frustrated in their inability to break down this Bristol City defence, which has been so well marshalled by Russell Osman. Philpott with Lowe, but Hazelwood across. And Gary Mills, who's been pushed forward into midfield to take the place of the injured Steve Thompson, with Richard Smith slotting in at right back. Whitlow, cross comes in. Oh, and Welsh just gets a fingertip to it. In fact, it's still in play. Walsh back to Joachim. There's only David Lowe in there at the moment. Smith forward, not a good ball. Play on, said the referee. James. Lowe's after it, does well. Leaves it for Philpott. Obstructed. Tinian, Shelton, good ball. Rossini is onside. Oh, this could be disaster. Oh, it's off the line from Whitlow. Wayne Allison, not Rossini, I beg his pardon. Beat the cover at the back, made space for himself, went past Kevin Poole, and then only half hit the shot. And Mike Whitlow on the goal line scrambled it to safety.
So as you say, you're in the playoffs now, but you're not quite sure who you're going to play and where you're going to play.
That's right, so we've made it, but we're not sure. So Tranmere got the game in hand of us, so they could go above us and we could finish sixth. So we'll see how it goes next Sunday and see who we play then.
From a personal point of view, it's been a fairly frustrating season for you, hasn't it? In and out with injuries.
That's right, yeah. Started off the season badly with the injury I got from last season. And I got back in, played a few games, and I got injured again. I done my knee. So it has been very frustrating, really, in and out the side.
What's the general optimism at the moment as far as the side is concerned?
Well, the lads are buzzing and on a high at the moment, so we've made it now. So hopefully we can carry that on and produce it in the playoffs.
How would you sum the season up, even though there's still one game to go?
I think I would say that I believe we've a considerably stronger squad that perhaps hasn't always achieved the results in a much stronger way than we did last year. And so we've actually got the same number of points with a stronger side. But I hope that'll bear us in good stead in the month of May.
Now it's also a sad day, I suppose, for the stalwarts of Leicester City, in that the main stand after today is coming down to be replaced by something very new. Is that an exciting project from your point of view?
Well, it's an essential product, and we've been, by virtue of the Taylor report, it's virtually had to come down in any case. We're not allowed to put as many people in it as we've got seats. We've got to go all-seater, so the front has got to be changed in any case. So it just had to be done.
Now, as far as the playoffs are concerned, the home leg has got to be played at the City Ground, Nottingham. Do you think this will make a great deal of difference as far as the players and fans are concerned?
Well, the manager tells me that he believes that it isn't something that causes him a great deal of concern. We discussed it very carefully. We had to be away from the ground at some stage because even at the beginning of next season we shan't have floodlights up, for example, so we've got to do something about that. At some stage we had to have a problem, and to say we were going to finish in position 3 to 6 and therefore we couldn't do it at a certain stage of this season was really a nonsense, and so we took that decision. We shall stick to it, and I'm sure the fans, the players and everybody else will know that the job's got to be done wherever it's got to be done.
It's more a matter of pride at stake at St James's Park though, and City's takes a battering.
Cold, intelligent ball to Beresford. And a penetrating cross here, and there might be chances for David Kelly. Great stop, here comes Cole. Newcastle have the lead. Lee turned away again. Now it's Cole, the back heel, brilliantly done. Robert Lee in. You could see it coming. You could see that coming, and the carnival goes on. Oh, again, it's Cole who's worked hard to get that ball in. There must be a third. David Kelly, Leicester all at sea, but the referee runs away. Yes, the goal is given. Good work again. Here's Clark. Maybe he can get one. Is it 4? It is. Another for Kelly. Leicester's heaviest defeat of all came in the Coca-Cola Cup at Hillsborough. Sheffield Wednesday beat them 7-1 that night. Still 4.5 minutes of the first half left at St James's Park, and it's gone all the way through from the goalkeeper. Cole's got another one! It's gone enough, Smith! Yeah! Clark, Sellers, Robinson. Is it 6? Kelly's come for it! What an amazing half! And it's Kelly who's got the hat-trick first. They can do no wrong today. 6 for Newcastle, 3 for Kelly. Kilcline stabs his boot out and directs the ball to Clark, who just loves racing at defences. Cole might be in for the 7th. Yes, he is! Well, we'd almost forgotten about scoring goals. It had been so long since we'd had one. And we've got hat-tricks now for Kelly and for Cole. You see there the ball still swirling around in the wind. But the spectators have been able to stand, some of them in open neck shirts today. It's been a lovely day. It's a bit chilly up on the gantry, I've got to say, but Newcastle's performance has kept us all warm. 7 goals they've scored. Still time to add to that tally as well, but here's Leicester's Walsh. He's got one. Well, it was almost in slow motion, and he can't celebrate. When it's 7-0, the manager doesn't even smile. It's 7-1 now, and they've enjoyed it.
Because of construction work at Filbert Street, Leicester staged their home leg semi-final tie in the play-off with Portsmouth at Nottingham Forest City Ground.
Remember these ties, the semi-finals over 2 legs, the second one of this at Fratton Park on Wednesday night. The winners and the winners of the Swindon v Tranmere semi-final get a date at Wembley at the end of this month for a place in the Premier League next season. Long kick by Alan Knight. This is Powell going for it, number 9, down that left-hand side. Oldfield couldn't quite get a touch on that one. It's McLaughlin. A little chip in there. Price is right in there. And Whittingham too. Oh, fabulous save by Poole. But Whittingham showing all his predatory style there. But what a good move by Chris Price as well. There's Jim Smith, second from the left. Graham Padden alongside him, doing the pointing. Still gets himself a little worked up, Jim, doesn't he?
To say the least, yeah. I think with Jim, he went there this season, and he's done a fantastic job. I think that everyone will agree with that. He's had to sell players at certain times to finance the club, and yet he still built a team to challenge at the top of the league.
Chase is on here, but it's over the top. Goal kick. Walsh put off sufficiently by Kit Simons.
I think the defence has gone to sleep there the last couple of attacks. They've had so much of the play. Phil G earlier on, well, this is the run through again. Big Steve Walsh poked out a foot. But he just caught unawares the last couple of moves. They don't want to do that. Big Knights, he wants to start keeping them on the toes and keep them switched on.
You know him well, the goalkeeper. Is he the sort of fellow that will G people up around him?
Yeah, he's Mr. Portsmouth. He's been there years and years. He's a good talker on and off the field, and he'll keep driving them centre-backs on.
Well, there's nothing he'd like more than to see Pompey in the Premier League. Christensen gets it back to him now. That wasn't an easy one. Price with a header. Chamberlain looking to keep it going. Whitlow supported here by Thompson. Knocks it down the line here for Phil G, but again Kit Simons. Smith, who takes these throws from both sides, possessor of a really good long throw. There's another one winging its way into that Portsmouth penalty area. G looking to get something on the turn here. He's got Philpott supporting him, the little chip in. Oldfield with a header just wide. The goal kick's been given.
Couldn't really see much wrong with that. He's given, unless it was offside.
There we are again though, and Oldfield flying in there. The arms were raised. The free kick's been given. Philpott's little dink in. Oldfield diving in.
I thought to come off Ray Daniel myself, but
and so Jim Smith talking here to George Lawrence. George had quite a career at Southampton.
Siddle's goes off.
And you read Darryl Powell's coming off. So what will he do? Play George up alongside Guy Whittingham, do you think?
Yeah, I think go to a more orthodox midfield now and play George up front.
Christensen with the free kick meantime for Portsmouth. Feet too high, conceding the free kick.
But then again, Brian, it looks as though he's just slotted into Darryl Powell's position.
Simons didn't really get a positive touch on that one. Thompson trying to get it going again. Oldfield trying to keep the move going for Leicester, but it's Chris Price with Whittingham. A bounce for the moment beats Mills. It's all a bit of harum-scarum in there at the moment until in the end it's Thompson who comes away. Finds Whitlow with this pass. Onto the left foot. Just over. In fact, a super save. Knight just got his fingertips to that one. It looked to be leaving him. A great strike here by the fullback, Mike Whitlow, and just touched away by Alan Knight. Lawrence. And here is Grayson. Looking to another former Leeds player, Mike Whitlow. Left foot towards Walsh, getting it down towards Joachim. Oh, what a great chance! And what a bad miss.
Oh, unbelievable. All he had to do was hit the target.
I mean, he tried to break the net and everything else, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's got that yard of pace. He's pushed it past him, and he's just had to burst the ball. What a let-off for Portsmouth there. Good head by Steve Walsh. He's muscled his way through. Oh.
Thompson hitting it long again, looking for Joachim every time now. Every time Joachim's there, Kit Simons is alongside him.
I've just seen out the corner of my eye Jim Smith running up and down.
Is he? Some good challenging there by Whittingham. Not just a goal scorer, a real all-round front man. And Jim Smith getting a little agitated there on the Portsmouth bench.
That's twice his players have been caught in possession in the last couple of moves and they broke away from it.
Oh, McLaughlin. Will this bounce well for him? Not well enough, but the back heel couldn't be picked up by Price. It gives Leicester the chance to break forward again. Grayson getting it forward towards Joachim. Again he's turned Simons well, and suddenly Portsmouth are in trouble again as Joachim goes through. A fabulous finish for Leicester. They kept him on the bench until deep into the second half, but what a difference he's made. He's been attacking the Portsmouth defence, frightening them all around, and suddenly his pace there. And the shot that beats Knight, that puts Leicester ahead. McQuinn.
Frightening pace, absolutely frightening pace. He's given them 5 yards and gone past them. He's just poked it underneath Alan Knight, and well, the lad has made a hell of a difference.
John Gregory, the coach now here at Leicester, feels that the door might be opening for them after all. Christensen with the free kick. Portsmouth had defended so competently and confidently for so long, and they just got caught out a couple of 3 times in this last 10 minutes, basically by the pace of Julian Joachim. Burns with the free kick for Portsmouth. Andy Alford will take it instead. Neil now. Hitting it towards Lawrence, and Daniels in there! A great save by Poole. We've seen some great goalkeeping here this afternoon, and that was a super save there. Daniel got nicely on the end of that one. It's a corner for Portsmouth. Chris Burns with it. 2 minutes of the game left now. Driving that one towards Kit Simons. Can Price keep it going for them? Down the line there for Christensen. It's a goal kick for Leicester. Simons in a bit of trouble.
Good cross from Warren Neal there to the far post. It's Ray Daniel, he's headed it back across the keeper, which he should do, and a good fingertip save.
Julian Joachim proved the jewel in the Filbert's crowning performance in that first leg, but Pompey were still favourites as the teams met to complete the tie at Fratton Park.
Oldfield to Mills. Orford, that's good control. One by Whittingham, then Hill was in. Helped out by Walsh. 3 solid central defenders for Leicester, and so far they've come out on top. This is McLaughlin to Lawrence. Neat turn, he's got Hall away in space on his right, but Whittingham. Now Daniel. Jump by Lawrence, McLaughlin! It's 1-1. And at last, Pompey have found a way through. The poaching talents of Alan McLaughlin. Daniel's cross, one in the air by Lawrence, and finished in style by McLaughlin. 5 minutes into the second half, and just the fillip that Pompey was seeking. Excellent jump then by Lawrence, and a really clinical strike by McLaughlin. Just a reminder, it goes into extra time if it stays this way, this score, and if they still can't settle it after another 30 minutes, then it will be down to a penalty shootout. Thompson's free kick. Knight was brave, but it's gone in. And Leicester have struck straight back. Oldfield, as Knight came out here, Oldfield knocked it back in, and it was Ormondroyd who steered it over the line. Oh, what a setback for Pompey. Ian Ormondroyd, the man restored to the Leicester side. On from Christensen. Oldfield is there though. Is it handled? No. Neil. Thompson in well. Joachim ahead of him. Great strike! Oh, that's a super goal from Steve Thompson. Really letting fly. And that surely now is the end of Portsmouth's brave promotion dream. Tremendous run, and what a finish. Well, he's been a regular scorer for Leicester City this season, and you can see why with that kind of quality strike. And it was driven away by Whitlow. Orford. Neil. Here's Whittingham. Christensen. Plenty of blue-shirted Pompey players in the box. He doesn't need them. Christensen with a fearsome drive. And they've got another one back. 2-2 on the night. 2-3 on aggregate. Thunderous effort by Christensen. Only his second goal for Pompey, but he's given his team fresh hope.
So Leicester City were off to Wembley for a second successive playoff final. 12 months earlier they had been robbed of promotion by a dubious penalty. The excited supporters were sure lightning couldn't strike twice, and that Wembley, the venue of legends, would at last provide a happy ending to a momentous season.
If you win today, can you build on that success in the Premier League?
Of course it's going to be difficult, but it was going to be difficult when we started 2 years ago, and we've achieved a certain amount up to now, and I'm aiming to go that bit further now.
And if you don't make it today, can you come back again next year?
You can bet we shall be aiming to go automatically. I don't think we'd want to come here a third year in a row to do that.
A lot of people expecting high things of you today. You looking forward to it?
Yeah, I can't wait really to the kick-off.
Obviously a bit of disappointment last year for the club. Do you think this year that extra determination to make it?
Yeah, like a lot of the lads have been there from last year and they know what they expect, and I think we've got a great chance today.
It's been a great season for you.
Yeah, that's right. I can't believe it really how quick everything's happened for me, and I'm really enjoying my football at the minute.
Well, let's look at the teams, beginning with Leicester City. In goal, Kevin Poole. At 2, Gary Mills. 3, Mike Whitlow. 4, Richard Smith. 5, Steve Walsh. 6, Colin Hill. 7, David Oldfield. 8 is Steve Thompson. 9, Julian Joachim. 10, Steve Agnew. And 11, Lee Philpott. Well, now the Swindon lineup. Fraser Digby in goal. 2, Nick Summerby. His dad, the former Manchester City star Mike, among the crowd today. 3, Paul Bodin. 4, the player-manager Glenn Hoddle. 5, skipper Colin Calderwood. 6, Sean Taylor. 7, John Moncur. 8, Ross McLaren. 9, Dave Mitchell. 10 is Martin Ling. And 11, Craig Maskell. McLaren. Maskell. Turned into trouble. Thompson takes it off him, and now Philpott. McLaren struggling to keep up with him. Make sure, why don't you? Nicky Summerby thumped that one over the line.
He did a good job there, McLaren, trying to stay with Philpott, giving Summerby chance to get round and put that ball into touch, but Richard Smith will sling it into that 6-yard box again.
5 minutes to half-time, 0-0. In it goes towards Walsh, who got the touch to Joachim, and Oldfield arrives. Ooh, he almost squeezed that one in between the goalkeeper's right hand and the post. Good save by Fraser Digby. Leicester still in possession. Goal kick.
Leicester certainly come more into the game. Here you see that throw, Richard Smith. It is a weapon that Leicester have used effectively all season. Walsh's presence causing confusion. Oldfield taking it off Joachim, and that shot on the turn which Digby just covers at the near post. But once again, Leicester beginning to power into the game a little bit and pushing Swindon back.
This is Thompson for Leicester. Whitlow. Back it goes to Thompson. On to Walsh. Good ball for Whitlow. Agnew takes it off him. I think he thought that Philpott was continuing his run outside him then, but he wasn't. He was wrong. Hoddle. Ling. Moncur. They've gone from left to right flank. Summerby whips it into Maskell. Well played. Hoddle. The magic of the player manager has forged a crucial goal for Swindon Town. 3 minutes to half time. You could almost have written the script.
Good hold-up play here by Maskell, and a lovely little touch. Look at the way he bent that ball, didn't try and knock the ball, and held out the ball. He just placed that ball around the goalkeeper. That's the clever little bit of play. The imagination of Hoddle to get round the side of him, and a marvellous placed shot. Jimmy Greaves would have been proud of that. You pass it into the net.
Bodin back on to Maskell. And Leicester City concede the throw. Richard Smith's clearance. Taylor. Moncur. And Ling. These two move around and create so much room in the middle of the field. Moncur again. Good ball for Bodin. Mitchell makes the run towards the penalty spot, but it goes in along the ground, and it still comes to Mitchell. And now to Ling, and back to Mitchell. Couldn't blunder his way through those three defenders, though. Oldfield just misses out. Taylor intercepts. On it goes to Maskell. He's onside. He has Mitchell in the box, otherwise it's full of Leicester defenders. So he goes outside the box to Moncur. Good run by him, and now Maskell! Swindon Town's leading scorer has taken them a step closer to the Premier League.
Brilliant finish by Maskell. Always been a scorer. It was a calm, composed build-up. Moncur threatened to shoot, took the ball on, was slightly lucky there, and then that outstretched leg of the Leicester defender Gary Mills just beaten, and didn't he place that ball perfectly? Now we will see an onslaught by Leicester.
Smith has caused problems though to Swindon with these long throws already in this game. And there's another one aimed towards Walsh. The goalkeeper got a fist to it, and Bodin got it away. And Smith has given it away to Moncur. Lovely play. Oh, well played, John Moncur. That was excellent. Ling. It's a good, positive run forward. And he's got Summerby coming up in support. And finds him. And he's won a corner. That was really good counter-attacking play by Swindon.
Moncur's got a lovely skillful touch, and once again, like Steve Thompson of Leicester, when he comes deep and has the ball, he can weave all sorts of patterns.
Moncur has earned this corner with his skill. And it goes high towards Taylor. Walsh got there ahead of him though. Moncur plays it back in again, and no offside! And Taylor has scored! And that surely means it's the Premier League for Swindon Town now! The big defender gets his 13th goal of the season. He who hesitates pays the price. Taylor threw his head in where it hurts, and he is rewarded with the most crucial goal of Swindon's season. The ball comes to Maskell. Agnew gets it away. This is Mills. Oldfield's made a good run up front. He finds Joachim, challenged by McLaren. Now Thompson. Whitlow has Philpott hugging the left touchline. And Oldfield gets it back to him. That's a good ball. Philpott's cross is an excellent one. Walsh is there! And Joachim buries the rebound! Leicester have a moment of hope.
Superb deep cross, ideal for Walsh. Back across the goal, hit the post, and Joachim reacts first. And Jimmy Greaves was talking about lack of efforts at goal. Well, we've had 4 goals already, and I think there's more to come, Alan.
Well, I personally enjoyed the first half. The second half is proving even better, and it's only 12 minutes old. Well, McLaren got the pass all wrong then, and Leicester have it back with Philpott. Walsh driving it on too deep. Do you think Brian Little might be thinking about changing something now, David, and a substitution perhaps, or would you leave it if you were him?
Yes, I think I would leave it and hope. I think he's got his best 11 on the field. I think both sides came in today's game with all players fit, the players that they want, the players that are important to them. And I'm quite sure that Brian Little would feel that this is his best combination and they've got to stick at it. I do feel, however, that Swindon might make a change.
Lynn goes forward, but Mitchell's offside.
It wouldn't surprise me if Steve White came into the fray in the last 15 minutes to add a little bit of surge down the channels, possibly for Maskell, you know, to give them an outlet ball if they come under even greater pressure.
The long ball for Walsh. The header down finds Thompson. Mills. Walsh wants it played in quickly, and he obliges. And Walsh's header. Calderwood gets it clear. Philpott, lovely control by him. Summerby just knocked him out of his stride, though. This will be another howitzer from Smith. No, it wasn't, because before he could get there to take it, it was taken. Philpott. Agnew. Hoddle takes it from him, but it's only as far as Mills. And still Mills, and still. And he curls it beautifully over to the far post. Philpott turning it back in again. Walsh goes up with the keeper, and it's in! It's 3-2! Incredible! The defender turned goal scorer gets goal number 16 of the season. They wouldn't give it up, Leicester.
Well, that was a genuine goal by Walsh. That's what he's best at. But didn't Mills do well early on? For a brief second, Swindon seemed to stand still. When the ball was played back in, that was the position there. I think that Swindon half looked to see if the referee that thought Joachim had blocked the goalkeeper, Fraser Digby, there. But Walsh did a genuine leap, and it's 3-2. I said at half-time, 3-2 the other way.
Well, what a wonderful game of football this is. Here's Bodin. Moncur taken away from him by Whitlow. Now Walsh, what a hero he's been, a part in both the goals, scored the second, of course. Whitlow drives forward now. He's got Joachim and looks for Thompson, and Thompson has equalised! It's unbelievable stuff now! You can't pause for breath.
Marvellous play by Steve Thompson. Calm finish once again, taking the leap out the Hoddle book, and Maskell. A placement finish, terrific break by Whitlow. Clever ball, back behind everyone. And Thompson appears first. Lynn can't get there. Great finish. Great game.
Taylor.
And also credit to the league in general, because there's been a lot of good football played this season. televiewers have been fortunate enough to see plenty of it, but there's other good footballing sides who didn't quite make the top 6. Teams like Grimsby and Millwall.
Here comes Ling forward. That's a good effort. Brilliant save by Poole. He's kept his side in it with that save. That was on its way. Well, to think that Swindon have been pulled back to 3-3 by Brian Little's team, and yet now, in the last few minutes, have had 3 opportunities to get another goal. Brian Little looks the calmest man in Wembley. Or does I think the final expression really betrayed his feelings. 8 minutes to go. I think this will go down as one of the Wembley classics. And it's not over. It has to be finished today. Thompson. That's a decent ball into Walsh. Taylor's clearance to Oldfield. Thompson. Dangerous ball. White cuts it out. Well won back though by Wicklow. Now Hill knocking it on. Taylor's had an outstanding game at centre half for Swindon. Moncur. Hoddle. Knocks it long for White, and White steals in and goes down, and it's a penalty. The referee has given a penalty for a foul on the substitute. 7 minutes to go. David Fleet.
Well, it was once again an incredible pass, beautifully flighted. I do feel that Kevin Poole should be more alert to that ball played through, should be a little bit closer to the edge of his box there. Steve White nudged it past. It was definitely obstructed, but how many referees give obstruction an indirect free kick in that situation? It's a penalty, it's all or nothing. And Bodin, quite a sure shot, will have the opportunity here to put Swindon back in the driving seat.
A year ago, Leicester conceded a controversial penalty against Blackburn Rovers, which cost them a place in the Premier League. Is history about to repeat itself? Paul Bodin from the spot for Swindon. He scored! To go. Bodin restores Swindon's lead. Swindon 4, Leicester 3.
It's incredible, isn't it, how it's gone to form, this game today. Goals. 145 goals have scored between them in this year's division. And today, 7 more goals.
Not a lot of consolation, but if you're going to lose, it was a really spirited way to go down, because I think at 3-0 down, nobody really gave you hope.
No, that's right. I think a lot of people in the stadium thought that it was all over at 3-0. But we showed great character by coming back from 3-0 down, and I thought we looked like we were going to win it, but I think accumulation of tired legs and maybe sat back just slightly cost us the game.
You played a big part in that fight back. You looked very strong in the second half.
Yeah, I felt strong, apart from the last 15 minutes, which I just run myself into the ground, and I should have paced myself a little bit more, really. But at the end of the day, you've got to go for goal, and we're just very disappointed.
Yeah, as I said, you know, I mean, when we came here last year, it was an achievement within itself just to have got to Wembley. We felt, and though we just missed out, we felt that you know, we'd had a tremendous season last year for our first season here. It was Brian's first season as a manager. So obviously we felt that we did very well last year to have got that far. But this season we were looking to have gained automatic promotion because we were one of the early season favourites. We lost our way a little bit here and there throughout the season, but then again at one stage I think we dropped down to 12th position. So we had a tremendous surge towards the end and got into a good position again, and to have come and be beaten at Wembley in a playoff final, it's as I said, it hurts even more than it does last year.
Well, now I think we'll have to go for the automatic route. The other one doesn't seem to suit us quite as well as I should have liked. You know, last year, well, we'd done very well to get there. This time, we needed to win really, and having got back to 3 each after being 3-0 down, you have to say we'd given ourselves a chance, and we get another blooming penalty.
City had played their part in a classic Wembley final, but sadly it was back to the drawing board. Since moving into the Filbert Street hot seat, Brian Little has turned City into one of the First Division's most consistent sides. 2 seasons in charge had ended in 2 successive appearances in the playoff final at Wembley, an impressive record for any club. But the final prize had once again proved out of reach. Let's hope it's third time lucky for Little's heroes. Look out for the next instalment of City's bid for glory in the opening volume of the 1993-94 video magazine.